15 love.
There's a little bit of Roger Federer in the serve, isn't there?
Yeah, that's apparently been his idol growing up.
Always dangerous to start making any type of comparison, but just in the technique of the serve we're talking about, he looks very similar, the way he sets up and then his takeaway. Even the way his head moves on the serve, it's not dissimilar. And already you can see that he's got an all-court game. He a one-hander on the backhand side, unusual these days. But he can slice well. He'll come into the net. I've seen him, saw him dive on the cement the other day, which was...
He's motivated.
Yeah, he's motivated. But he's an all-court player. Great to see. That creates excitement. And even that play is a sign of versatility. Both players finding their feet a little bit. Deeper into the match, Baghdatis will get to this. But just in the first game, he was still finding his way a little bit sluggish there.
Big serve and a convincing opening hole from Dimitrov. First game.
First game. Marcos Baghdatis to serve. Love 15.
Well, there's a little bit of throwback in Dimitrov, but he's modernised it, hasn't he? When I say throwback, and there is Mikael Tillström, very, very good player in his own right. Still looking very young, I might say, from Sweden. He's the coach of Dimitrov, but throwback in terms of the old style game, but he's also got the extra racket head speed and the versatility on the big shots as well, the forehand. He can come over the backhand side.
15-30.
And it looks like to me, Jeff, he creates a lot of angle with his ground strokes, and that's a lot of his intent, to get the opposition off the court with angle.
15-40.
Yeah, already Dimitrov looking impressive. I've been impressed with how well he bends on the backhand. He's had a couple of deep backhands in the previous game that he got down almost on one knee to get underneath, and he's a tall man, 6'2". So early opportunity here for the Bulgarian.
Oh, yeah, he can play.
Early break, Dimitrov to love.
Dimitrov leads 2 games to love.
Well, that was impressive, Fitzy, wasn't it?
Well, it's his movement too.
Yep.
He's a big kid. He's probably
and he
6'3".
tripped midway through that rally at the back of the court and still recovered.
Yeah, he did. He tripped, but still maintained his composure and his balance. So
15 love.
athletically, he's already shown us he's impressive, but he's picking the right shot to hit too. Shot selection so important. And Marcus, he'll have Marcus's attention absolutely here.
Well, I mentioned that Dimitrov has not dropped a set en route to the semis. Neither has Baghdatis, so something's got to give here today. Beautiful knee bend, getting up into the ball. He's lost 1 service game only in the tournament thus far.
Forty love.
In the blue there, Baghdatis' coach, Yanis Hajigorgio.
Game, Dimitrov.
Great start from the Bulgarian, 3 love.
Dimitrov leads 3 games to love. Time.
Oh,
That's just fabulous, isn't it?
that's a split-second decision.
Love
And then
15.
you've got to have the ability to brush the strings across this. When the ball's coming to you with a reasonable amount of pace, brush the strings across and do that. That's talent.
Well, that was very reminiscent of Federer, the execution. It's a major statement, but very impressive.
Led for service. 15 all.
Well, Marcus Baghdatis there pressing a little more with the forehand, and he might find he has to do that. He might have to be more aggressive, not let Dimitrov dictate the points. He goes after that forehand and it causes the error. Imperative here that Marcus gets on the board.
15.
Lives in Stockholm now, does Dimitrov. Still representing Bulgaria, though.
Mr. Baghdatis is challenging the call on the left far sideline. The ball was called out.
I think you can see even on the facial expressions of Baghdatis,
Goal stands.
there's some genuine concern in his mind at the moment, because he can see
Mr. Baghdatis
the
has 2
player
challenges
that he's
remaining.
up against and what sort of form his opponent is in. So he's a little perplexed. Good stuff.
Well, you know, we've seen Andy Murray play 2 matches here, and we've seen the evolution of him over the last few years. He's about the same height as this lad, Dimitrov. He's stronger, though, in the legs, Murray. But the movement he has is quite extraordinary. And this guy's showing signs that he's also got the movement, but he will develop, won't he, over the next few years in terms of leg strength and upper body strength. But the leg strength in particular would have to help him. But he's already quick. So...
Yes.
So the modern player quite often is about this build, with maybe varying degrees of strength in the legs, but about that height, long arms, but they can all, the great ones all move well.
Given that he moves so well, Baghdatis quite cleverly going behind his opponent. That's a really good strategy always against someone who's quick. They recover out of a corner quickly, so if you go back behind them, you often get the reward.
Yes.
Well, the reaction there from Dimitrov was caused because the ball hit the line. He thought he had the ball covered and had to really snatch at this slice. I don't quite see it in camera, but because the ball slid off the line, but he was able to adapt.
What we did see, though, was the awesome footwork that you've mentioned. Very quick.
Advantage, Dimitrov.
He's got a wide stance too, hasn't he? Like because he's lanky, when he props after each shot, he comes back to the sort of central position, and his stance is very wide, gives him a wide base.
Just got to be careful, Dimitrov, that he doesn't overdo the drop shot. That was probably not the right time. Here he is behind the baseline, and Baghdatis has seen it for the 3rd time now. He was ready for it. And at break point, that was probably a little inexperience from Dimitrov. Whoa, he nearly made that.
Thought he might challenge that too.
Advantage, Baghdatis.
He just looks dangerous, doesn't he? Looks everything he does is just says good player coming.
Game.
Good serve. Baghdatis on the board, trailing 1-3.
Dimitrov leads 3-1. Love 15.
Look at the bend here from Dimitrov. He had both knees on the ground.
Well, you could say Baghdatis brought him to his knees.
And you just did.
Keep in mind, he's only lost one service game for the whole week so far.
Love 30.
Baghdatis with a chance to get back here, though.
.205 is quick. He's been quicker than that, though. He had one at 211, I think. So it's easy power. Terrific knee bend. Very much a part of power. And there's again 211. Push against the ground, push up, drive up.
30 all. Let for service.
Baghdatis did well there. That was a good serve directed
30-40.
at the body. And Baghdatis blocked it up the middle. So break point. And so far this week again, Dimitrov has done well. He's #1 in break points saved. He's won 86% of all break points this week so far.
Well, it's not all about attack in tennis, it's about defence as well. And the defensive skills there from Dimitrov wins him the point in the end. Gee, Baghdatis played a good one, didn't he? He had him on the ropes, but had the ability to get out, use his athleticism, control the racket face, get the ball back into play one more time. This one. That was impressive. Back to Juice. Well, I was about to say Baghdatis rising to the challenge here. He's lifted his game, no doubt, the last two games. But, you know, not a lot of these players see this slice that much. This is you wouldn't think a ball in the middle of the court there, short, would be that effective. But when it's that heavily sliced, the modern player doesn't see that so much. So you've got to control the ball from low in the court, up near the net, and control it. Tough shot.
Deuce.
He's getting used to it a little bit. He handled it well, didn't he, on the backhand side? Baghdatis, very accurate hitting. This is a terrific shot, that one. Turning out to be a telling game, this one, in the middle of the first set. class.
Advantage, Baghdatis.
Well, as you've said, Fitzy, Marcus Baghdatis is lifted. He's throwing everything he's got this game at Dimitrov, so break point again. .210 kilometres an hour out wide.
Yes.
That's a big serve. Normally the fastest reading comes from a serve straight down the centre tee, so that's very impressive.
Advantage, Dimitrov.
Tough game
Yes.
so far. Baghdatis at 5 minutes.
There's the all-court ability. So when you stretch like that,
Advantage, Dimitrov.
and you have the ability to stay balanced and then control your arm into a position where you control the racket face at the right angle, it's really a terrific volley. Good skill. Oh, gee, that's about as good as it gets too. We're seeing some good tennis here.
Yes.
It's like the old bull and the young bull, isn't it?
Very much so. It's becoming a very important game. Clearly 4-1 or 3-2 is a major difference.
Out.
Well, players, great catch by that young Aussie. Not a bad kick either, but players, he's worked so hard here, Baghdatis, and then he's just given, 2 or 3 free points in this long game that have hurt him. That's the frustration coming out because of that.
It's wide, so Dimitrov's break point saved average has just gone up even higher. 4-1 he leads.
Dimitrov leads 4-1.
First up, stand with. Tell us to do our thing. Your names, they might say. January is the time. January is a little day. Not a big one. It gives a little boy. Say, January is the day. There's really hard. It's in the community. It's the film. January begins by calling someone back. You're a real person. January, worth walking through.
Time. Seats quickly, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you. Love 15.
Pretty good start to the next game. Nonchalant flick of the wrist across court from Dimitrov.
$15 all.
Well, so far, Jeff,
15-30.
I haven't seen a weakness in the Bulgarians' game.
Yeah, it's hard to argue with that. He's been most impressive. It's a matter of keeping this level going.
$15-40.
Well, right now, Marcus Baghdatis has got to be thinking, I'm not sure where to go from here. He's, like us, probably thinking, well, I don't know where this young man's weaknesses are. I can't find anything to really attack at the moment. So this is a must-win game for the Cypriot. In trouble, though. Wow.
He's obviously been doing his stretching as well. This is the young, flexible body out wide. Down he goes. Does the splits. That's not bad. Well, the serving gets him out of trouble. Baghdatis desperate to hold this game or the first set will be gone.
Deuce.
So if you had to pick a weakness in Roger Federer's game, would it be anything bouncing high up on the one-handed backhand?
I think that goes without saying. It's the most difficult shot for any one-handed player, and that one got up a little bit. He tried to get over the top of it, couldn't quite, so good second serve there from Baghdatis.
And I think that's one of the main reasons that Rafael Nadal has given Roger Federer such a hard time in their head-to-head matches. He's heavily spun left-handed forehand going out wide to the Federer, the right-hander, and getting up high, bouncing, getting up high on the one-handed backhand. A bit tougher to control that high bouncing ball with a one-handed backhand than a two-hander. So if you're Baghdatis, you'd probably try to aim a little bit there, if anything, I think, tactically.
Advantage, Baghdatis.
In this match against another one-hander. And it works there.
Game.
Good hold. 4-2 though, Dimitrov, first set.
Dimitrov leads 4-2. 15 love.
Well, no matter who you play at these Australian events, the rankings of the opposition will be pretty high. So you've got to play someone tough. Good aggressive return there from Baghdatis. Maybe a game plan forming here.
15 all.
Not that he's been passive in this match so far. He's just been slightly outplayed to this date, but good aggressive standing up, good aggression standing up there close to the baseline, taking that ball on the rise.
$30-15.
Fourth ace in this match. Add that to his 37 coming in to this match, and he's the ace leader in the tournament.
Okay, more aggression on the second serve again.
30 all.
Obviously in the mindset now, Baghdatis, if Dimitrov misses his first serve, he's going to try and go after him. Not much you can do with this big first serve, though. If he gets it close to the line, you've simply just got to try to get it back into play and give yourself a chance during the rally. Oh, he couldn't get a hold of that. Second serve was too good. Missed his step a little bit, I think, Baghdatis, but the ball got too high for him to be effective with. And he dropped the return short, and the point was then over.
Deuce.
Okay, 2 errors in a row.
Advantage, Baghdatis.
Well, that comes from the observation that Dimitrov has that Baghdatis is looking to attack the second serve. So on that occasion, try to go for just a little bit more. So another break point.
Lights for service.
Well, it's a fine line, isn't it? Between breaking and then back to deuce. Baghdatis really disappointed here. Dimitrov cut the margin short a couple of times in this rally. Catches the tape on that last forehand.
Advantage, Dimitrov.
Not sure, Jeff, he went the wrong way there. He went the right way. I think he goes the wrong way here. Short in the court. That's a bit of a low margin shot, that one over the high part of the net.
Big serve, Dimitrov now at 5-2.
New balls, please. Dimitrov leads 5-2.
feelings.
Time. Take a seat, please. Thank you.
Baghdatis with new balls.
Love 15.
Well, he hesitated there marginally because he knew the approach shot wasn't that good. At the end, decided, well, I'll go
15
anyhow.
all.
And he was right the first time. The approach shot wasn't that good.
Well, that's twice he's run around his
30,
forehand
15.
in the last few games and missed. But it's always threatening when a player does that.
Forty 15.
That's the old school one-handed slice return of serve that is not as effective these days as it used to be. Most of the players with two hands will hit over that ball.
Two of our greatest players ever, though, in recent
40,
times
30.
have had that type of shot. I mean, Pete Sampras.
Yeah, you said of recent times, and you're right, but I think
No,
the
so
best returners now are the
absolutely. No, I'm
Djokovic,
with you.
Nadal,
Yeah,
and
it's in the minority,
Murray.
but isn't it interesting that Federer and Sampras both had a
yep.
Game.
So an important
Baghdatis.
hold. Dimitrov still though with a break, 5-3.
Dimitrov leads 5 games to 3.
Yeah, it's interesting. You know, I'm not sure what the future holds. There's Tillstrom, and in the back there, Bethany Maddox-Sands, a young lady from the US, who's in the doubles final here this week with Sonia Mirza from India. So always colourful, Bethany.
Mr. Baghdatis is challenging the call on the right center service line. The ball was called in.
I can only recall one serve quicker than that this week.
Oh, that was well in. Well, the only reason
No one saw it.
yeah
15 love.
exactly. The
Mr.
only
Baghdatis
reason
has 1 challenge.
Marcus challenged there was because he actually didn't see that serve at all. 213 case. Oh, stop it. Well, there you go. There's an indication that Baghdatis is attacking the second serve.
15 all.
That might make Dimitrov take a little bit off the first and make sure he gets it into play, because that was a bit short. And look at the forward momentum of Baghdatis. He was halfway to the service line almost. Very aggressive.
Mr. Baghdatis is challenging the call on the right far sideline. The ball was called in.
Well, he only has one challenge remaining, so let's hope for his sake he's right. He is incorrect, so he's out of challenges for the rest of this set.
30-15. Mr. Baghdatis has no more challenges remaining. Mr. Dimitrov is challenging the call on the right far sideline. The ball was called out.
Well, he was over that side of the court, wasn't he? He's a ripper. Dimitrov was pretty confident, wasn't he? He was looking down that line.
Yeah, he challenged immediately, and he was proved correct. So.
He's a beauty.
Keep looking, Marcus. It won't change the fact.
You can see it there, actually.
Well, he only needed one set point, Dimitrov. Very impressive. 6-3 opening set.
By 6 games to 3.
Did you?
So Dimitrov continues to serve exceptionally well in this tournament. 65% of first serves in, probably not where he'd like to be, but when they go into play, he's winning 77% of the points, so it's been most effective. He's been down break points on 3 occasions, but each time has found a way out of them with, in the main, some really good serving. Baghdatis 17 unforced errors. It's a little bit too many. And Dimitrov miserly with only 5. So a very impressive first set from the young man from Bulgaria. It's quite easy to see how he's given
quickly, ladies and
trouble
gentlemen.
to all his earlier round opponents. He beat Brian Baker, 6-3, 7-6. Baker, who had such a wonderful run at Wimbledon. He beat Ranić, the second seed here, in straight sets 3 and 4. And Jürgen Melzer, who was seeded 7th here, former top 10 player, beat him 6-3, 6-2. So he's actually become stronger as the tournament has gone on.
Baghdatis to serve. Love.
Well, serving first in this set will certainly help Baghdatis, if, assuming he can hold, of course. If you can just keep one game up at any given time, you can just add a little bit more pressure on the opponent's service games.
Love.
Starting to look more comfortable, Baghdatis, against the slice backhand. He's getting lower, getting underneath the ball, and he continues to hammer deep into the backhand corner of the one-handed Dimitrov. Let's see if he continues with that philosophy.
40 love. Game, Baghdatis. First game, second set. Let's first service. Love.
You know, one thing I didn't realise, Jeff, was how well he hit his first serve, how big his first serve was. I didn't think it was consistently over 200 k's an hour. That's a massive bonus, I think, in terms of his playing stocks.
Yeah, look, I think in this era that you've got to be able to get some
15-all.
free points. Everyone is stronger and quicker and capable from the back of the court. So if you get into protracted rallies, there's often not much separating the players. But what does separate them is the ability to get quick points off serve. You heard there the racket hit the ground on the follow-through of Dimitrov, and that tells me that he's a little bit high to low. See, it's the backswing here is a bit high, hitting down on the ball, perhaps just a little bit too much. If you hit the ground with your racket on the follow-through, that's a bit of a telltale sign.
Got
to be careful he doesn't lean over the net here. That was... No, he's okay.
Not taking any chances, though. That's good to see. It's a sign of a young man on a mission. Not taking any chances with any points. He wants to win them all.
Just can't get the big points
40-30
in this match yet, Baghdatis. He's been at 30-all, 15-30 regularly on Dimitrov's serve. He's had 3 breakpoint opportunities. Just can't quite convert the big ones.
I wonder if it's the power of Dimitrov just keeping him back. He was 2 metres or so behind the baseline there, and when he misses, he tends to be netting the ball, doesn't he, Baghdatis?
Game.
There it was again. 1-all now, second set.
1 game all. Love.
a bit John Isner-like, isn't it, as far as the ball bouncing between the legs before serve.
Although Isner's legs are probably a metre longer.
He's a big, long,
30 love.
big unit. Yeah, 6'9", I think he is. Whatever that is in centimetres, it's plenty.
Gee, bad shot, wasn't it? That was.
I think it was a change of mind.
Yeah.
30, 15.
It looked like that, absolutely. In his mind, he's thinking, he just changes it at the last second and the execution is just poor. You'll lose that 9 out of 10 times, probably.
Forty, 15.
He uses his reach well, doesn't he, Dimitrov? He's got that wide base, that stance he's got, and reaches out there magnificently with the long arm.
Yes.
The trajectory from Baghdatis is a little flatter than Dimitrov. He gets more spin on the ball, particularly with the forehand. But
well, again, look where Baghdatis is, though, as you mentioned, Fitz. He's deep behind the baseline. He doesn't want to be there. He wants to be on the baseline, but he's being pushed back by the power of Dimitrov.
Well, the awareness. He slipped a few times, but that can be disconcerting for the opposition. But he had the presence of mind here, Dimitrov, to keep watching where the ball went while he recovered. So down he goes, and he was looking the whole time, seeing where the ball was coming, and had the presence of mind to do that and the balance to go on with it.
It is amazing the players wear shoes these days that allow them to slide on these courts, and I'm not sure that he's just losing more grip than he'd like. He slipped quite often. That's a different soul from Baghdatis. He won't slide as much. Again, Baghdatis pushed deep behind the baseline where he feels most uncomfortable.
Yeah, he's absolutely of the quality, isn't he, of Baghdatis from the back of the court in this match.
And look at the footwork, though, Fitzy. There's no sliding with Baghdatis. So they've got different methodologies, these players. Break point again, Dimitrov. Oh, that's unfortunate. Dimitrov, though, now looking good. A set and a break.
Dimitrov leads 2-1. Find a seat quickly, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you. Time. $15 love.
Well, the majority of Dimitrov's second serves are in the middle of the box. They're not directed near the line, so he's playing for safety. But I think it's the bounce, you know, that's giving Baghdatis trouble, even though he knows it's going to be in the middle of the box. So it won't be an ace or anything, but...
I think, though, he's also seen Baghdatis look to step up the court to attack the second serve. So middle of the court means he's serving a lot at the body, which I think is probably by design and pretty effective.
$30-15.
Well, he was unsure there, Baghdatis. He was thinking about challenging, but Dimitrov actually made a sign to him that the ball was definitely long. So, bit of mutual trust there.
He missed that shot, but the shot before was just instinctive improvisation, and that's this is the point before, as you said, Fitzy, just indicating to Baghdatis it was out. But yeah, he's capable of improvisation as well, Dimitrov, just instinct.
$40-30.
How many times have we seen him at 30 all, 15-30, 30 all on the Dimitrov serve, Baghdatis, and he just can't quite make it happen.
Probably a bit of a sign, though, that there's pressure on him in all those. This shows how well Dimitrov's hitting the ball. A low percentage one there. Maybe not the right choice of shot for once from Grigor. Also a sign he's pretty confident, though.
I was gonna say, he's lost one serve all week, so he's thinking, it's okay, it's juice, under control. That's wide, so...
Mr. Dimitrov is challenging the call on the left near sideline. The ball was called out.
I don't think there's any doubt this is out, so this will be a fourth break point opportunity of the match in a moment for Baghdatis. Can he make something happen?
Certainly hanging in there, isn't he? He's making his stand here, Marcus.
Mr. Dimitrov has 2 challenges remaining. Let first service.
Oh, it's wide, so Baghdatis gets the reward he's been working so hard towards. 2-all.
We talked about the serve direction of Grigor Dimitrov, and you know, you can tell there by that diagram the red balls are the aces, so that seems to be his favourite down both sides, in both courts. Down the middle on both sides, there his most effective aces. And the second serves, the blue ones, are more in the middle of the box than the first serves, as you'd expect. But he's got the added advantage of the high bounce on his serve. So good effort there from Baghdatis to break back.
Love 15.
It's always sobering, I think, when you're the old bull.
27, it's the old bull, isn't it? It's a bit scary.
But the young ones locking horns with you, you know, it's...
Let's first service.
Well, we haven't seen that one for a while, have we? He used it a few times early in the first. Certainly, if you can use it as a surprise,
30.
and if you're good enough to do this, then it can be effective. But he plays it outside the baseline, doesn't he?
He does. And as you said, it has to be a surprise, and it was, because he put it away after overusing it perhaps in the first set, and now he has another opportunity. Love 30.
Beautiful.
It was the right shot, but it had to be made,
30.
didn't it? At love 30, over the high part of the net, the shortest part of the court, and he did it beautifully. He's telling umpire Azdaraki, I need it to dry off. I know
Time violation, warning Baghdatis.
that you're strict about time. Give me a warning, and that's what he got. And if he gets another violation, if he's the server, he will lose a first serve. If he gets it when he's the receiver, he will lose a point.
Having trouble with the sweat, though, isn't he?
30.
Maybe the humidity here. He needs to be a bit careful now, though.
He does. They've been very strict this week. New tour regulations. Got to play the point within 25 seconds. And he's there or thereabouts.
Oh, gee, a big miss.
And he's really
30, 40.
struggling with a sweaty hand. He's
You feel for him. He's done all the work to get back into this set and therefore this match, and he doesn't want to throw it away here. Double fault at 30 all hurts.
Deuce.
Umpire watching the clock.
Advantage, Baghdatis.
We saw Kai Nishikori docked a point yesterday for a second time violation. Rather harshly, I think. Well, he hangs on, Baghdatis, and takes the lead in the second set.
Baghdatis leads 3 games to 2.
Can I have my drink, please?
Drink from the fridge.
A bottle of water. Throw this, please.
Take a seat quickly, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you.
Can we throw this, please?
Time.
Towels, please. Towels, please, quickly.
You might want to put that in the bag again. That's throwing away a point early in the game.
Love 15.
Baghdatis, when he returns this ball, is in close to the baseline, so reasonably close. So he gets there easier. It's at the top of the bounce.
$15 all.
On the clay, it's a little more effective, isn't it? I mean,
Yeah, absolutely.
$30-15. $30 all.
Well, Marcus Baghdatis getting back into this match very well. Not long ago, down a set and a break. Now he's on serve and has his opponent at 30 all, starting to make some headway.
How deep he is in the court again. He's way back there near the Brisbane sign. Flexibility in that shoulder. Oh, that's wonderful stuff.
Awesome backhands. We're on track for a great finish. 3 all.
3 games all.
Do you reckon Mikhail Tillstrom in the players' box would be saying, put this one away for now?
Especially first point of a game. First point of a game is so important always, to give you some momentum, to be able to take a free hit at the next point perhaps. So it's a cheap point he's really given away there, Dimitrov.
Thirty love. Forty love. Let for service. Game Baghdatis.
He's done well, Baghdatis, now
New
leading in the
balls,
second
please.
set, 4-3.
Baghdatis leads 4-3. Find us it quickly, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you. Time. Fifteen love.
Dimitrov showing the new balls there. to Baghdatis before that serve, but the wide one, I think, is a little easier with the new Baghdatis. New balls, they travel a bit quicker through the air and just add a little advantage to the server.
There's a serve at the body, the second serve, that is really quite effective, especially against someone who's standing in. You've clearly got less time to get out of the way of the ball at you when you're standing inside the baseline.
(30-15).
There's another serve at 214 k's an hour.
Mr. Baghdatis is challenging the call on the left far side line. The ball was called in. Call stands. 40-15. Mr. Baghdatis has 2 challenges remaining. Game,
easy
Dimitrov.
hold for all.
4 games all. (15 love).
Wow. This shot from Dimitrov was totally mishit, but it was awkward, and you don't get a drop volley any better than that. Dimitrov saying, "How did you do that?" Marcus explaining exactly how he went about it.
That was nice.
(40 love).
Love to see that, don't you, in the middle of combat, enjoying the occasion. And another
Game,
big serve. So Baghdatis now on a roll, 5-4.
Baghdatis leads 5 games to 4. Sit quickly, thank you. Time. (15 love).
Interested spectator, Lisa Serenko, a semi-finalist of the ladies' singles here. Beaten last night. Often you see
30 love.
players sticking around watching other players that they respect or think that they can learn something from. So good to see her out here watching these two
Let for
going at
service.
it.
That body serve has
40
been so
love.
effective, hasn't it, for him?
Yeah.
And if you're having success like this, you don't need to go for the lines. Take more risk.
Game Dimitrov.
So perhaps we're heading to a tiebreaker in the near future. 5-all.
5 games all. Let for service.
Both players have had a couple of quick service games in the last 5 minutes.
Fifteen love.
You would have caught that.
Well, I didn't want to say that, Jeff. Yeah, dropping the ball a bit short here. Maybe he's thinking about the tiebreaker, Dimitrov.
30 love.
I think he's just trying to urge himself to concentrate now, just outside of our commentary box there. Very, very intense look on his face.
Forty love. Let for service. Let for service.
Three consecutive very
And
quick holes from the
Baghdatis.
players. 6-5 Baghdatis.
Baghdatis leads 6 games to 5. Seats quickly, please. Thank you. Time. Let for service. Fifteen love.
The wide serve to the forehand, also in the first quarters, paid handsome dividends for Dimitrov.
15-all. Fault.
A couple of loose errors from the youngster. And this is not the game you want to throw in a couple of those. Oh, what a point. Well, this is really against the flow, isn't it?
Absolutely. Dimitrov looking so good for a set, and early in the second as well. Was up a set and a break and looking good, and he just played one or two ill-timed shots, a couple of drop shots that were a little inappropriate. Now down set points.
Thursday 40.
Well, you know, you get into the rally on the first break point, the 15-41, and here you want to secure that if you can, because that's what can happen. A server who can deliver the ball at that speed and accuracy may get a couple of free points in a row here. He deserved that,
Baghdatis. Well, you can see through this rally, Baghdatis on the baseline, pushing his younger opponent from side to side. You keep control of the front part of the court, and you can really cause some damage. So, third set point here. Oh, it's an unfortunate error. Well done, Marcus Baghdatis. We're at a set all.
By 7 games to 5. 1 set all.
The first serve of Dimitrov just dropping away there in that second set, 59% only. That won't please him, because his game is very much based around that big first serve setting up the point. But Baghdatis did exceptionally well in that set. Forehand winners 7-4, and points won at net 5-2, and errors from Dimitrov just a little too high perhaps. And as we mentioned, a couple of ill-chosen drop shots when he really seemed to have the set and the match under control. First set was impressive, second set had the break, but credit to Baghdatis, the old stager, if we can say that, at 27 years of age. He's been around a long time. He was a former world junior champion. He's very experienced and just kept his level constant, while Dimitrov was perhaps just a little up and down. So the third set should be most interesting. It'll be up to Dimitrov to see if he can get his mind back in gear and eliminate some of those drop shot attempts, certainly on the first point or so. A little stretching here of the calf and Achilles for Baghdatis. Some enjoyment coming from the spectators, as saying, I haven't done that at my yoga class. Baghdatis waiting while Dimitrov has left the court for presumably a shirt change and an opportunity
Take your seats quickly, thank you.
Think about what has just transpired. And he's back.
Time. Seats quickly, please. Thank you. Final set, Baghdatis to serve.
Opening game, third set.
Love.
So good start there in this third set, and back on an even keel. It'll be a real battle now, you would think.
Love. It's going
to be interesting, isn't it, Fitzy, to see if the young Bulgarian can just shake off that second set. He's got to be disappointed having had a set and a break. We'll see what he's made of emotionally here as well.
Out. 40-15. $40-30.
Gee, what a slice that was down the line that Dimitrov hit. He was going across court, and maybe Baghdatis was starting to get the better of him. That shot control of that is top shelf.
Advantage, Baghdatis.
Baghdatis starting to get a higher percentage of points won when his first serve goes into play, and is the case with his opponent. 85% now of points won. There's that slice again down the line.
That's not a slice, that's a knife.
Use.
That was a Ken Rosewell specialty.
Look, it was either Kenny Rosewell or Paul Hogan, I'm not sure, but it was a beauty.
Advantage, Baghdatis.
Pumping a few big ones of his own there, Baghdatis. 209.
Little fortunate Baghdatis, but he'll take an opening game. Third set.
First game, final set.
Yeah, so the second set, all along, it just seemed that Grigor Dimitrov had the upper hand, just slightly. He had the early break. He got back on an even keel. He was certainly, or he seemed to have the ascendancy mentally for most of the set, but the old stager, the 27-year-old. Can we call him the young old stager? Baghdatis really hung in there well, didn't he? And he deserved the second set in the end. And now, maybe, is slight favourite. He's serving first. He's up 1-love.
And making returns like that. That's off a 203-kilometre-an-hour serve, and Baghdatis took it going forward.
Love 15.
Gee, how he moves forward on this short back swing, bang. Brilliant.
all.
Well, I love the fact that Baghdatis, off this magnificent point, he makes Dimitrov play another one. He scrambles it back, and anything could have gone wrong there. But good control on the final forehand.
Looks fitter this year, Marcus, doesn't he? Looks as if he's ready to chase every ball.
Oh, big miss, that one. That's not a tough shot.
15-30.
Just a couple of hairline cracks appearing here.
Mr. Dimitrov is challenging the call on the right far sideline.
Well,
the ball was called out.
He thinks he's missed this, though, Dimitrov. It was an afterthought, really, to challenge. He's not confident, no.
Call stands.
And it was a high-risk shot as well at 15-30, endeavouring to go down the line with that backhand. And he may pay the price.
$30-40. Led for service.
Oh, he took a risk, didn't he? That's a big second one.
Deuce.
Break point down. He takes a big risk and goes with a big second serve and catches Baghdatis by surprise there.
Advantage Dimitrov.
Well, I think Dimitrov, he needs to find the form, doesn't he, that he had in the first set. He has dropped off fractionally here. He played a good point there, but generally speaking now, his form is slightly down, and that's all a really good player needs. So he needs to maintain that same form from the first set if he can.
Brilliant.
Game.
Wasn't easy, but he's held on. 1-all.
1 game all. Love 15.
I think Marcus gets a lot of love wherever he goes.
Fifteen all.
A sign of frustration from the young man from Bulgaria.
Thirty 15.
Well, he is like the young
14.
bull from time to time, and that was an example. He got there nicely, but it was an impossible choice. He's tried to topspin the ball from millimetres above the ground to the over the highest part of the net. It's just not possible.
Game
Baghdatis on serve, 2-1.
Baghdatis leads 2 games to 1.
Some more towels, please. Take this one. It's okay.
Take a seat quickly, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you. Time. Stop moving for now, please. The players are ready. Thank you. Hello. 15 love.
He's in pretty good shape, isn't he? This young Bulgarian. Darren Cale's been telling me for a few years, this young lad wants it.
30 love.
He wants it badly. He works out like a Trojan. And he's not carrying any excess weight, that's for sure. Sort of found his feet again, it looks like, early in the third.
Yeah, he's just made some decisions in this match that are, I guess they're typical of someone of his youth. He's played some brilliant shots. He's backed himself from often, but sometimes the choice has been
Game
a little bit
Dimitrov,
overly
new balls,
optimistic.
please.
So good hold there, 2-all.
2 games all. Love 15.
Well, the slice backhand's only as good as its ability to penetrate, and he's hit a couple of really good slice backhands the last couple of games that have really stayed low and come off the court with some serious bite.
Oh. He nearly made it, didn't he?
15 all.
Gee, from court side, it looked like that ball might get over. Bit of body language there. Trying to help it.
Mr. Baghdatis.
Well, he's conceded the point here.
30-15.
He's overridden the technology.
He has said, no, your point. Well, I reckon he's batting about 2 for 6 success rate with the drop shot today. He's too deep in the court, Dimitrov. Hits it well, but you've got to be inside the baseline for it to be effective. He stuck himself into a hole regularly with that drop shot.
$40-30.
Overly ambitious as well. So Baghdatis looking secure, 3-2.
Baghdatis leads 3 games to 2. Seats quickly, thank you. Time. Love.
The strings of Baghdatis' racket, you can see quite frayed. A lot of that comes from the humidity here. A little extra moisture causes that.
Love.
Still without a sponsor, apparently. Baghdatis, no sponsors, stencils or any advertising of any description on the racket.
Mr. Baghdatis is challenging the call on the left far side line. The ball was called out.
So if this is why this won't be a good challenge. Although he's got 3 remaining, it's the first one in the 3rd set, but he ran out of them in the 2nd. And not a good challenge really, because he was down 30 love.
40 love. Mr. Baghdatis has 2 challenges remaining.
Just might need one of those at the business end of this set. Yeah.
(40-15).
He kept going behind him, didn't he? The old body serve.
Game, Dimitrov.
3-all.
Three games all.
So what do you reckon, Fitzy? Is the young gun going to get up, or will be the...
Well, I think the tide has changed ever so slightly. You know, I think there's slightly more momentum in Baghdatis' corner at the moment. And I think he deserves, you know, quite often say to the young players, you know, you lose the first set, you know, it's a long way from being over. You know, gather your thoughts and think about playing 1 set at a time. If you get the 2nd set, you're almost favourite then early in the 3rd. So that's sort of the situation here, I think, with Baghdatis. Although it only takes a couple of outstanding points in a row to really change momentum. And when it's 3-all in the 3rd, it's absolutely in the balance.
Yeah, Baghdatis looks the more secure in these protracted rallies and continues to get better depth as well. And that's why he's being allowed here to play close to the baseline, Baghdatis. He's controlling the court. He's pushing his opponent deeper. So Dimitrov needs better depth in these rallies.
Yeah, it's the first time we've seen a little bit of a negative animation there too.
Forty love. Game.
Doing it easily at the moment, Baghdatis. 4-3 in the third.
Baghdatis leads 4 games to 3. Seats, please, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you. Time. Love.
No wonder the match is tight at the moment. 63% first serves into play. Dimitrov, 62 Baghdatis, both successful in the high 70% when they go in.
Forty love. Game, Dimitrov.
Well, that's unplayable. Quick hold for all. Very quick hold.
4 games old.
So it's just going to take one misstep or one brilliant shot, perhaps, to open this match up. Both in a lovely service rhythm.
Love.
Every time he hits a topspin backhand, though, Dimitrov, it's landing around the service box. And it looks nice, but landing around the service box is not going to get the job done. On this occasion, it doesn't even clear the net. He's got to get more height, more depth on that shot.
Well, a case in point there, Jeff, that you make. The first good hit he has at the back end, he gets it higher and deeper,
15.
and then that gave Baghdatis a little bit of trouble and allowed Dimitrov to take control of the point. Big advantage serving first, though, I think. It's always good to have your nose in front.
Forty 15.
Well, in the context of where this match is at, that was a bad miss. I mean, it's a safe shot. He's got maybe a bit of nerves there, but a huge point that was to revert the pressure back on Baghdatis. He gives him a freebie.
Fault. Forty 30.
Reached 3 semi-finals in 2012. Did Dimitrov. Hasn't been past that stage at tour event, so perhaps this is a big moment for him, and he's feeling the pressure. He'd be through to the final for a first time in his career if he was to win today.
Ooh, that's a wild one. That's gee, sign of nerves, I think, from both players in this game. That can shake you up. You know, serving in a fairly comfortable situation at 40-15, then at 40-30 you do this. Well, out of nowhere, Marcus has made a couple of bad errors.
Advantage, Dimitrov.
So not a match point here, but an awfully big one. Handles the pressure.
Hughes.
Oh, sweet.
Advantage, Baghdatis.
Two awfully good shots here from either player. This shot from, that's talent. He tried to flick that ball past Baghdatis with surprise, but the composure here on this volley, outstanding. Beautiful feel.
It's done well, Baghdatis. 5-4 now in the final set.
Baghdatis leads 5-4.
Can I have 2 more bottles of water? 2 More bottle water, please.
Take your seats, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you. Time. Fifteen, love. Fifteen all.
Takes a mighty big swing at that backhand, big backswing, and on that occasion just a little late.
Well, I think to a degree the flair has gone out of this third set, but it's been replaced by really dour competitive tennis. And as you'd expect, this match means a lot to both of these players. No quarter being given here, and Dimitrov
40-15.
striving to get into his first ATP Tour World Final. And of course, Baghdatis has 4 titles under his belt so far in his career and would love a fifth, a chance for a fifth.
Game. Dimitrov.
5 all.
Five games all. Fifteen, love. Thirty, love.
There's that,
Mr. Baghdatis is challenging the call on the right baseline. The ball was called in.
there's that long reach again from Dimitrov. Tough to get the serve away from him when he has arms of that length.
Call stands. 30-15. Mr. Baghdatis has one challenge remaining. Forty 15. Game,
Good serve.
Baghdatis.
Baghdatis making life difficult. 6-5 he leads now in the final set.
Baghdatis leads 6 games to 5. Seats quickly, thank you. Time. $15 love. $30 love.
Moves back exceptionally well. A smash from close to the baseline, still generating lots of pace.
$40 love.
Well, it's probably appropriate that we go to a deciding set tiebreaker. It's been that sort of match.
Game, Dimitrov. Six games all, tiebreak. Both players receive one additional challenge.
Well, there's only been one tiebreaker played by either player this tournament thus far, and that was by Dimitrov. He played a second set tiebreaker against Brian Baker in round 1 and won it 10 points to 8. So here we go. Tiebreaker to decide who goes through to the final.
Oh, one of the best points of the match. Finishing in a winner, not easy to do.
$1-0, Baghdatis.
They'd caught the outside of the line too, probably.
Yeah, particularly when you've been out there 2 hours and 17 minutes. Still moving well, both players.
$1-all.
Well, this is where a player needs a little bit of inspiration. Pull it from somewhere.
Let's first service. Two, 1, Dimitrov.
This may just be the difference in this tiebreaker, the ability perhaps of Dimitrov to get 1 or 2, maybe even 3 free points off serve.
He played an awesome point, but there was no need for him to fall over there after he hit that drop shot, surely.
He needs new shoes. He's fallen over 20 times here. That was the shot he should have come in on. He hit an incredible slice backhand. Now he comes in later, and he was standing still, as you said, and slipped over. How does that happen?
Looked like he just wanted to do a push-up. I mean, he could have hit this and then got straight back up, surely, not go all the way down, and it just gave him...
Second serve.
Oh, wow. This is incredible. And we mentioned he's had a warning before, and the second one means that the server loses at first serve. You know, that's tough.
That's tough. And the central umpire there was praying that he hit that second serve in the court.
Dimitrov.
And that's what it causes. He's been out here, he's fought for 2.5 hours.
Yeah, 2
hours 20.
Yeah.
And something like that can change the course of the match. I know it's a fine line, but, you know, just in the really important moments, surely there's a bit more room for discretion.
What's tiebreaker in the third, after all?
And he will explode here, you'd think. He's really got to keep his emotions under control now.
4-2, Dimitrov.
Oh, this is a massive point here. 5-2 or 4-3.
Big miss. Baghdatis is back in it now.
Dimitrov.
This is where the first serve is so important too, isn't it? Just 1 or 2 free points here can be so valuable, and Dimitrov there missing the all-important first serve gave Baghdatis the opportunity to get in the point. 3-4.
Well, he may be able to ride this wave of emotion from the crowd, because they really fell for him.
Mr. Baghdatis is challenging the call on the right far sideline. The ball was called in.
Well, if this is in, it is a terrific shot.
Goal stands.
That may well be a match winner.
5-4, Dimitrov. Mr. Baghdatis has 1 challenge remaining.
What a shot.
Correction, ball is good. Mr. Baghdatis challenged the call on the right baseline. The ball was called in.
Well, this is his last challenge. So it was an overrule, this one, from the linesman called it good.
And it's out.
Oh, the linesman called it out.
Ball
At the
overturned.
overrule. Yep. Cooper said it was good, and he had to challenge the
5-all.
central umpire again.
Mightn't be sending Eva Azdaraka a Christmas present.
No, she's got a little tight here at the end.
Well, so did Dimitrov. He went for a kick serve as his first serve there on that last point. She didn't do well there, Dimitrov, to get around that backhand and hit the forehand. He made
6-5,
an
Dimitrov.
awful lot of ground to be able to do so. Put the pressure back on Baghdatis. And he's secured himself a match point in the process. That's gone. The 21-year-old Bulgarian is through to his first ATP final.
That's what I'm talking about. Dude!
I think it's fair to say